Welcome back to another HOI4 La Resistance or Resistance guide. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the brand new intelligence agency that was added with the La Resistance DLC. Now I'm going to be doing videos on every single one of the major things added with the DLC and all the other things in Hearts of Iron 4 that need guides for them. So if you guys are interested in those, please don't forget to subscribe and check this out later. So today I'm going to be covering what does the intelligence agency do, how to use it, and how to be really good at it. So first things first, whenever you start out the game, the first thing you're going to want to do usually is immediately get this going. Now if you just click on this little icon down here to show you your map, you're not going to see anything. If you go down here, you're not going to be able to create an operative. Then by the way, that's how you create them, but we'll go over that later. What you need to do to actually get it going is you need to go up here and click this little icon or hit the shortcut Shift W, or you can just click it up here. Then go into here for Create Agency. When you do this, you can click one of the icons here and name it whatever you want. If you're in multiplayer, this will show up to everyone. So I'll just say spies, question mark. And for the icon, I guess we'll pick the little, I don't know, something German looking. Let's do this one. And create agency. Now this is going to take a certain amount of civilian factories. It's 5 as of right now. And for 30 days, it will not be available to you. But after the 30 days, you'll be able to do stuff with spies. Now, after you've hit the 30-day mark and you try to go down here and click on your little operatives map mode, because it will tell you, by the way, that your agency has been created, you won't see anything. If you go down here, it'll say that your operative's locked for another 28 days. That does not mean you can't start doing stuff in the Intel war right now. So what you're going to do is either do one of two things. You're going to hit Shift W, that's the shortcut, or you can just go up here and click it manually, which is what I and a lot of other people are probably going to continue doing. Now, here's your agency branches, and you can click any one of these, and it will open the exact same menu. All it does is just highlight the area so you can see it a little bit easier. Now, up here, we have stuff like you're able to detect information regarding enemies and stuff like that, like Naval Department for Navy size, Navy intelligence goes up a little bit, Air Force Department, same thing, Army Department, same thing. I'll show you guys all that in a second. But then we also have down here, this stuff here helps your operatives do better inside of, like, well, I mean, it tells you right here different things like propaganda mission effect bonuses, which allows you to boost popularity a little bit easier, diplomatic training. I mean, we can go over all this later, but I just want to show you guys the basics right now. You can also do stealing blueprints, which is really cool, but down here is where the main cryptology stuff starts, where you really want to start getting upgrades pretty quick because it increases your decryption and cryptology level. So what you're going to do, at least me, I'm going to go down here and start this one. If you guys start looking through here and you're like, wait a minute, I want to do this, but I don't see where this stuff is, don't worry. Everything down here doesn't require any extra research aside from your engineering types. But to get one of these unlocked, you just have to do the one before it. So after you click it, it takes those civilian factories for a certain amount of time. Right here, it's going to, I think it's 30 days, I believe. Yep, every one of these is 30 days. So then we can just continue playing, and again, it will alert you once something else happens. Alright, so it's now been 30 days, and we have the pop-up that says we have formed a department, and also down here, this does not give you a pop-up, but you now have agents available. Now you can either go down here and click here to create an agent, or you can go up here and click that. Now you can recruit agents. They all have special little bonuses like enemy, operative, intel, extraction rate, negative 50%. It's like, okay. Whatever, we can go over all this stuff later, but I'm going to go ahead and pick, just for whatever reason, let's pick Elijah Bonanza, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so then you can go ahead and click him, and he can do things like root out resistance, control trade, diplomatic pressure, all that kind of stuff. Again, we're going to cover that in a different video, but no enemy ciphers being decrypted. So this is where the intel, or correction, the agency comes into play again. Now that you've done your upgrade for your agency, whenever you go into this mode now, you'll see all these different countries that have the little flag in the top left that indicates what the country is, and then you can select the country to do stuff like start decryption. So I'm just going to go ahead here and click France. We're going to start decryption on them, and it will tell us the intel in 30 days. Now, what this does, again, you can highlight over here, and it tells you once the enemy cipher is fully decrypted, we will get the following passive bonuses against the country. So, interception mission efficiency plus 25%, decryption civilian cipher bonus 10%, and so on. What these do is these more or less replace, if you go in your engineering, you'll notice there's no decryption and encryption off of your machining kind of technology anymore. That's what that replaced. So really, this stuff is more or less set up that way. You can go in here and still continuously do this stuff, which I highly recommend. I would suggest getting this stuff as soon as possible, getting cryptology and decryption. This stuff up here is important for your agents, but I would recommend definitely trying to get this stuff done as early as possible, especially since most of them, or I think all of them actually, again, are just 30 days, and you can do operations and stuff later. But definitely knowing more about your enemy is a huge, huge deal. So you're just going to wait for 30 days, and it should be finished. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I think, oops. Okay, actually, I misspoke. So this is what I was talking about. I'm like I said, I'm still very new to this as well, and I'm just trying to give everyone as much information as I can about it. So currently down here, we are using our cryptology level and trying to decrypt information about France, and it's 931 days. However, because we're about to get decryption power plus 25, it just cut that time in half, as you can see. So that's why I was saying it's really important to get this as early on as possible, and then you can continuously just keep doing this and get as much decryption as possible to learn more information about your enemy. Whenever you do this, you should be able to go up here to your intel ledger, and it will have all the information and get a better understanding more of their military, their industry, their factory count, all that kind of stuff, and so on. And boom, now we're down to 300 days. So now we just kind of get stuck there for a little while until we do more stuff like get mechanical computing, and then once we do that, we can get more. If you go up here and try to select another country, you can, but it starts taking more time to get one of them done. So let's go and get rid of that, and it goes back down. So just remember, you don't want to just start trying to spy on 15 different countries at one time, because again, it increases the time for everything. So it's better to really just work on one country at a time unless it is absolutely necessary or you have incredibly high cryptology levels. Anyway guys, I hope that this was able to give you some information on how to use this. Also, later on, if you have at least 3 different upgrades, you can become the Spy Master. Now, what it does is it really lets you do spies and stuff with your faction. I'll cover that in another video, but today's video is mostly trying to get you to understand the very basics of how to use the agency branch. Now, if you go to my channel and look at the Hearts of Iron 4 guides playlist, there will be more Hearts of Iron 4 La Resistance guides in there on how to use more of this kind of stuff in there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Stay awesome.